Welcome to Escape, Reset, Reload.
All right. My name is Brady. This is Jasmin. We are two game masters who work for the same company. And we decided to bring you this podcast/video thing so that we could have a chance to talk about what it's like on the operation side of escape rooms. So we're bringing you the unique perspective of the people that run the escape rooms. And it's called Escape, Reset, Reload. So Jasmin, do you want to explain how we came up with the name Escape, Reset, Reload?
Yes, I do. Okay, so we are game masters. We're both professional game masters. We work in an escape room. Well, not now because we're closed, obviously. So we're unemployed. Well, yeah. Anyway, we miss our job so much, and that's part of why we wanted to do this podcast. But anyway, so as game masters, we operate the games, and we have an operator, and we have one person who's the host. And then when the group is finished playing or they escape, we sort of host them out and take them out to the lobby and stuff. And once they're out of the building, then you kind of go back to the room and you're going to sort of make it ready for the next game. And then you kind of shout to the operator, "Can you hit reset, reload?" And then they clickety-clack on the computer in the system. So the system is ready to reset the room, and then we load it so that magnets, everything like activates. And then you go into the room and get it ready for the next game.
So that's the reasoning behind the name. You'll hear us a lot, especially as we get more and more into it, talking about resetting, reloading the rooms. The terminology is supernatural to us as game masters. Anyone who has game mastered a game or operated a game knows the terms. I'm pretty sure they're mostly universal for escape rooms. So yeah.
Cool. So what else are we talking about today? This is our first one, so we want to kind of, wanted to introduce ourselves a little bit, explain why and what and where and whom.
Mm-hmm. So this first episode is going to be about our tentative title right now is Escaping Quarantine, but it's about how basically the last year with the pandemic and quarantining, especially us being in Los Angeles, which is now one of the biggest cities for the pandemic, it's really hit us hard, and how it has affected escape rooms as a business. Focusing really on, we had about a 1.5 month period where escape rooms were
Was it that long?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 3 weeks.
It felt like 3 weeks. It felt like it went by fast, but I think we were open for about 1.5 months. I don't know. I'll check my calendar.
Can you get a little closer to the mic?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
Cool. All right. But yeah, so we had a short period where we were reopened, and I think we're just going to mostly talk about what it was like being open with all of the COVID restrictions for that short time before we got closed back down, and we are just indefinitely closed down. We're on the last wave of reopening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once everything is reopened and COVID is in the history books, you can go to an escape room again, and we will have our jobs back.
Yeah. Literally, we both miss our jobs so much. It's like a big part of why we wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about it.
It's a little taste, an experience for us as much as it is for y'all.
Yeah.
I think.
Also, I gotta say, noise. Also, I gotta say, we were just super pleasantly surprised with how welcoming the community was to a new podcast. We sort of announced that we were going to do this, and then people have been super, super nice, and that just tells you a lot about the escape room enthusiast community.
Yeah.
That they're just hey, trying to support us already, and we haven't even posted our first episode.
Yeah.
Hope you like it. We just want to say thank you for supporting us, and we love talking about escape rooms, and that was it.
We hope that you're just as welcoming to our style of taping. We're really patchworking this bad boy together, so I'm sure you've noticed by now there's 3 different levels of recording that we have, all the different cameras we're using. We're going to do our best to make it as coherent as possible.
It'll be a Frankenstein monster of a podcast.
And if it's ugly, it is a podcast. You can just listen. That is an option.
And if it doesn't sound good, then get us better equipment.
Yeah, just we'll send you our mailing address, or you can Venmo us the cost of new cameras and microphones. So we're going to talk about, first we want to give you guys a disclaimer.
Yes.
We both work for the same company. We both work for Quest Room, which is based mostly in Koreatown. We have a couple of locations, but like our first location, and where like 2/3 of our workers are, is in Koreatown.
Koreatown, Los Angeles, California, USA.
Yes.
It's important because people might be listening like across the globe.
Yeah, if you're in Korea, it's not in just whatever town you're in. It's in Koreatown, Los Angeles. Yeah. So while we will be super biased because we love where we work, we are very aware that the escape room community expands past Quest Room itself. We've both experienced plenty of games and interacted with people outside of Quest Room and have a huge respect for other companies. So we just want you guys to know that we're not keeping any secrets from you. We do work for a specific company, and we think it's a fantastic place and with great games, which is what makes us love this so much.
Okay, next. What next?
All right, so we're just going to tell you a little bit about us individually and then us together. So who are Brady and Jasmin, and then who are Brady and Jasmin, right? The experiences we've had.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt you, but I am your boss.
Yes.
So that is the thing. I'm his boss. So I just thought it would be important to let you all know that I'm his boss.
She's very she hired me,
I did.
which is great. She saw plenty of potential, and she was right.
Can you sit closer to the mic?
Yeah,
You have to say yes, boss.
Yes, boss. But anyway, so
even though we're not working right now.
Yeah.
But it's like if you want your job back when we open, you treat me with that
nice
bossly respect that I deserve.
Yes, boss. So just a little bit about me. My name is Brady. I started, my first escape room was on my 24th birthday, about a year and a half ago now. And my first escape room was actually a Quest Room game. It was Red Giant, which is a phenomenal game. It is absolutely ridiculous in the best kind of ways. It was such a great game that it immediately sparked an interest. And I just started playing game after game after game, and I actually played all of the Quest Room games that were available to play before I got hired here. So I played all of the Quest Room games. I found out they were hiring, and I was obsessed with the place, so I immediately applied and got a job here. And I've been working at Quest Room for it passed a year during quarantine. I still technically count it. So it's been like a year and a couple months now, like 3 months since I started at Quest Room. But it's absolutely one of the greatest jobs ever. I've been involved in opening up one of our new locations. I've trained at all 3 of our locations, like everything.
You are the only employee who's triple trained, right?
Yeah, I'm the only employee who's trained at all 3 locations.
So we cross-trained some of them, and he's like triple trained. So he knows all of the games that we have.
Yeah, I made myself invaluable so that even though she is my boss, she cannot get rid of me, or she is at a loss. That is the goal. Yeah.
And my name is Jasmin, and I look like a troll today, which is good because I'm from Norway and I need to represent my people. We are, a nation of trolls, but not like internet trolls. We don't do that shit.
No, like Nordic, like ancient mythical trolls, like the movie.
You might think of us as like sexy Viking-looking blonde ladies, but this is a clear example that there is diversity. There is not just Vikings, there's also trolls. Okay, anyway, I love escape rooms, just like Brady, and I am his boss, and I think that's, really what you need to know about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So us together, we've not only worked together with Jasmin here as my boss,
yes.
But when quarantine started...
I'm going to distance a little bit.
When quarantine started, we had an experimental
That sounds like weird.
Oh no, it was work. It was experimental work.
Yeah, we had a project called The Brain Squeeze, which was like a live quiz show, which was very fun, interesting.
Bar style trivia, but we live streamed it because it was illegal to interact with people. Illegal in person, but you could interact over the internet, is what we learned. And so we did. So we got like 4 or 5 weeks of the Brain Squeeze, which is where we like really worked closely together and got to like actually like be creative together.
Because we made like themed quizzes and stuff, and we just got to know a lot about each other in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
So now that you know a little bit about us. Again, thank you so much for listening or watching, whichever way you get your podcast kicks. So let's go over a little bit what we're talking about today. We're talking about, like you said, being open during COVID, which was an interesting experience. And then we have a giveaway.
We do.
That's right, very exciting. Mm-hmm. You may have already guessed what it is if you paid close attention.
Sorry.
Oh my god. If you played close attention and if you just watched what he did. But anyway, so there's a little giveaway we ship worldwide, so whoever wins, you will get the prize. So exciting. And that's it. So let's get started.
Should we say out loud what it is for the people who aren't watching?
Yeah, well, maybe when it's giveaway time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's not giveaway time yet.
Not yet.
Brady is impatient.
I am.
Okay, let's talk about today's topic. Brady, take it away.
Okay, so doing escape rooms during quarantine. The small bout of Los Angeles where escape rooms thought it's over, we can be open again as long as we follow these restrictions. We'll just talk about, basically, we had to close March 13th when everything closed. Yeah. We had to shut down because escape rooms are very interactive, and especially with escape rooms, everyone's always touching everything. You're interacting with stuff, so it seemed like a very dangerous idea, I guess. So we got shut down with the city, but then when Los Angeles did its soft reopen, escape rooms were a part of that soft reopen. So we reopened under like a series of guidelines.
And can I just say, we did play an escape room or two during this time, and we did good because we were very strict about everything.
Right, yeah.
We had lots of measures in place that were not like within the guidelines, supposedly. Right. For example, we took everyone's temperature as soon as they came in the room.
Yes.
Or before they entered the building. Yeah. And it's one of those digital ones that looks like a gun. So you come in, and the first thing we're like, hey, before you come in, let me take your temperature, sir. So we're just taking the temperature and then let them in. And then it's like, please sanitize your hands. Like right away, we have this sanitation station. Right, the sanitation station. With like seriously strong alcoholic
yes. So real quick, but just I want to focus on our sanitizer.
Oh my god.
So our company was. How do we explain this? We were given a mixture of sanitizing alcohol
our boss. He straight up bought a barrel of pure alcohol.
Yes.
And he mixed up because they're like Clorox, everything was sold out, and we had nothing to clean with. And he totally like Breaking Bad in his like garage where he mixed up like aloe vera, the alcohol, and like he ordered stuff from like weird places and made all this stuff, and we had these bottles of like pure alcohol mixed with water. Yeah,
he came in, he brings in this just industrial looking can where no fumes can escape, and he's like, this is pure alcohol. You have to mix it like at least 80-20 with water.
I'm really worried we're gonna get in trouble for saying this.
Who knows? And
don't get us in trouble.
Yeah. But we had to keep it like, he was like, store it in the bathroom away from any heat. Mix it. It smells.
You have to wear gloves and like a mask when you mix it together.
You can't keep your face directly over the bottle as you mix it because you might pass out from the fumes. It was terrifying, but it got the rooms extremely
yeah,
clean.
I mean, it's the strongest sanitizer you'd ever seen. And so, yeah, that was really funny, but the fumes were really bad. We had to really air things out.
Yeah.
And I tried to make it smell good by adding, like, essential oils, like drops of peppermint.
She did, yeah.
The peppermint was crazy. It was a dumb idea.
Because it made it
The
not only
lemon was great, but the peppermint was like, oh my God.
it smelled like pure alcohol and peppermint. Like, just, it was so intense. But we took it and...
We were so strict about cleaning. We added like 45, like we added more time to clean in between.
Exactly.
And we had to air the room out because it was full of like alcohol, like super strong alcohol.
Yeah, and what we would do is we would basically go through the rooms in between every game and we would just spray everything.
Shit. Yeah, and just all the high touch points we would be like...
Heavy wipe downs.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
It was intense. It was the like...
But even we did all this, but bear in mind, everyone who came in had to get their temperature taken and wear their masks, not just when they come into the building, in the room. Yes. And nobody else did that.
So we actually, during quarantine, before we reopened, we played 2 games together and tried to play a third. Over the experience of quarantine. The first game we played together was when we were starting to experiment with possibly reopening digitally. So we played an online game where
right.
It was very like this man had a camera on his chest and his name, he went by like Jim or something, a character name. And we'd
you all have played it, I know you have.
It was a great time. We were like, Jim, go look under that bed. And this dude would go and open it up and he had this funny accent. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, yeah.
It was a step down from like actually experiencing a room, but it was I believe the best way to experience a room if you're gonna do it digitally as opposed to other ones where it's very like old school, like click and play escape rooms.
And now it's so huge. Like there's so many virtual rooms now.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge community. And we think that's cool because we can do this for the podcast. We can try more rooms.
That would be fun.
And we would love recommendations and stuff. But yeah, that was really funny. And we were thinking about doing it ourselves as well. But our rooms it's so much about the immersiveness.
Mm-hmm. That is our niche. I think Quest Room's niche is immersion. Like that's why we have such a big name, because we are one of, for how prominent I believe that we are in like the LA escape room scene. Yeah. We're a very small business as compared to other ones. Like 60 Out is a very huge business. We stay competitive because we have that immersiveness.
Yeah, and people who really appreciate that really appreciate our rooms.
Yeah, and it would be just a little bit at a loss if we did it online.
Yeah, I mean, yes. So... so we didn't do it. But
the second room we played was when we reopened.
Yes.
We booked a room at another company
in
town to see what they were doing for reopening.
Just to see if we were up to par, because we were like nervous. We were like, we've got to take this seriously. It was a serious decision to open in the first place. Like, is this responsible?
Yeah. See what their waivers looked like legally. What reopening in Corona would. Be like. So we went and played a room and I was terrified. We walked in with a mask. They were like, go in there, take your masks off, spit on whatever you want. We don't care. Like, it was just so...
Oh, but they had a UV cleaner.
Yes, that's how they sanitized afterwards.
Yeah, they just put all the stuff on the table and go over it with a UV cleaner.
They didn't they didn't spray anything if you couldn't move it to the table.
That all the stuff we touched is all that we could have sprayed? All the walls and stuff. Like, so we didn't have to wear our masks. They didn't seem to give they literally did not give a,
Yeah, it was...
I can curse. They didn't give a shit, okay? They didn't give a shit about it.
PG-13 podcast.
I don't know. But, it was bad. We were like, okay, well, hopefully, I don't know, people don't get discouraged by this. It was, we had a fun time playing the room, but we were like, they're not taking great care.
Yeah, it was a little concerning.
Did you have any issues with people keeping their masks on or taking temperatures?
So I didn't get a lot of, I would say I had trouble a couple of times. What happened was when people would get super carried away in the rooms, because especially in rooms, we have some like scarier moments and tense moments in some of our rooms, so people are breathing heavy. They would pull their mask down like to focus, the same way you like turn the radio down in the car when you're trying to read the street signs. Doesn't really make sense, but they are just naturally doing this. For the most part, just coming over, usually as Bernard, and being like, explorers, please keep your masks on, things like that. Trying to keep it immersive. I would always tell them, like, there are fumes in this pyramid that could be dangerous to you. Keep your mask on or you'll die. When really is keep your mask on or I have to kick you out. The biggest trouble I ran into was having them know they had to wear the mask before they came in, because people would love to just show up and be like, let me in right now, no mask, I'm bare naked, let me in the room right now.
Actually bare naked.
Yeah, it's happened.
But yeah, that was the thing. We wrote it on the website, we wrote it in the confirmation email. Like,
we called people to remind them before the game.
And then, the most problems I had was so funny. It was like with the dads.
It's always the
dads of the family. There was one particular dad who was really like trying to get it. He was like, it's just us. I trust them. It's my family. We live together. I'm like, sir, it's not about that, sir. It's about how are we going to be able to, first of all, we don't know. Right. And we can't discriminate. We can't just let your family go maskless because you say you don't have the virus. So you could be carrying it. Your droplets could land all over the surfaces in the entire room. Mm-hmm. We have a game after you. There's no way we can sanitize every single surface that is in there.
That was their favorite argument. You sanitize in between the rooms anyways. Yeah. Why should I keep my mask on? It's
we did. We sanitized like so much of it.
But that was just another precaution that we had to take. It wasn't the only precaution. It wasn't the only solution to the problem. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a pandemic.
And it was so funny how he made it about them. Like, we trust each other. We're not going to get each other sick.
When we're the employees who are here interacting with people all day.
Group.
Yeah, the other players.
Like, you could be, people carry this and they don't know, they don't have the symptoms, and then they come and like spittle all over all our Egyptian walls that are really hard to clean, and then someone comes in and so we felt like this is pretty safe if everyone's wearing a mask, and when they touch stuff, even though they have sanitized their hands and they're wearing their masks, we clean that, we clean like crazy. So you're like, this has to be safe. But the only way they can get someone else sick is like they take down their mask, cough in their hand, and like touch something, and then someone else comes in and touches their face. I don't know. Right. So we tried our best.
We did. We tried our best. And like everything in the end, the soft reopening did not go well for Los Angeles because that was around it was June or July when we peaked again.
It was too early to open. Like, I knew that.
Yeah. Which I mean, we were terrified. We peaked. We went up to like 12,000 cases then, and now we're at like 70,000. So like, oh god.
Dear.
But we're not here to talk about Los Angeles and coronavirus.
Also, before you judge us, like we both tested negative and we're fine. Yeah. We're social distancing as much as possible, but don't worry.
We've been tested and all that jazz.
Yeah, all that jazz. Cool. So we do have some sponsors.
We do.
We have sponsors.
Yes.
And we do want to say, or we have one sponsor today. We want to talk about one of our favorite sponsors that reached out to us among the, I think it was like hundreds.
Thousands.
It was thousands of sponsors that reached out, and it was Nikolai Keymaker that made the cut this time. Nikolai Keymaker makes the best keys in Los Angeles. Can you talk more about Nikolai Keymaker?
Yes, I can. I am really good friends with Nikolai, actually.
Are you kidding me? You know him?
Yeah, I know Nikolai. So I am, anyone who knows me knows that I am notorious for losing my keys. And so when Nikolai was just a startup locksmith, I would call Nikolai all the time because he had very competitive rates.
Very competitive rates.
So Nikolai just had a permanent set of car keys for me. For when I locked my keys in the car. And so I've seen Nikolai grow from a young locksmith to Los Angeles' most prominent keymaker. And so when I started working here, how surprised was I to find out that Nikolai is very intertwined with the escape room society.
The interesting thing about our collaboration is that we do not use his keys or anybody else's keys. We make our own keys.
Right.
But we want very good keys and locks on our doors so people don't break into our location to steal our amazing props.
Exactly.
And there's Nikolai.
That's where Nikolai comes
So
in.
if you need locks or keys, look him up. He's
Call
fantastic.
Nikolai.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He will meet you in your living room. You don't have to unlock the door. He'll be there.
Time of day
Any
and
night.
And then we also do have something exciting. We have a giveaway today.
We do have a giveaway, and Jasmine is going to be telling you all about that.
Yes. So, right behind me, I'm going to go get it. Okay, so we have Exit the Polar Station. Exit the game. It is a tabletop escape room game. Exit the Game series, and it is the Polar Station edition. And we picked Polar Station edition because we are opening a room. We have the room ready to open once we are allowed to open. It's called the Polar Station.
Unrelated.
We haven't
the
played
same
this,
name.
so we can't tell you if it's good or bad, but we will send this to the person who wins. And you're going to be randomly picked, so it's like a raffle kind of thing.
Got it. What I will say, I have not played this game. I have played a lot of, me and my girlfriend love playing just escape rooms in general. So when COVID happened, we started doing tabletop ones, and we've played a lot of the Exit the Game like brand games, and they are hands down, in my opinion, my expert opinion. They are the best tabletop escape room games. The way that their games are set up, they're just so interactive. You really get to use the entire game. Nothing's off limits, not even the box. You got to tear, cut, do whatever. So they're just a great game to play. It's the closest you're going to get until we reopen to having a good time.
Yay! So like I said, we ship worldwide. And what you need to do is we are going to publish a post on social media, on Twitter and on Instagram. And the post will ask you to give us a recommendation of what virtual escape room we should play next. Or for our next episode. Because we want to try and play escape room for the next podcast. And we want you to send us your recommendations. You got to comment down below on that post, and it's going to ask you to say why. Tell us which room to play and why. And the people who haven't listened or watched this podcast will not know that you have to say something that only you would know because of this. So what is it that they should say? What's the why reason?
What's the why?
Something why that's like...
So I guess in theme of Polar Station, what you should say is, Burr, it's cold in here, and the Burr has to have 3 R's. So B-R-R-R.
If they're going to say, you should play this room because...
Yes. Because Burr, I don't know, you know what? You put me on the spot. I'm trying to make something
Burr, it's cold in here. Let's do that.
Because Burr, it's cold in here, yeah.
So you have to say, like, a real recommendation of a room that you think we should play for our next episode. And then say, because Burr, it's cold in here.
3 R's on the Burr. B-R-R-R.
I'm so going to say I know, let's not.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Real quick, I want to wrap back around because we mentioned it and we never talked about it. The third escape room that we tried to play in quarantine. So we did an online room. We went and played another room. And then once everything was reclosed, we were devastated.
Oh, yeah.
And we had heard through the grapevine, because we are entwined in the escape room community in Los Angeles, that there was a company that we will not name, mostly because I don't remember the name, that was operating illegally.
Ooh, and they were brand new, and they're supposedly the best escape room ever, like, in the world. Their advertising is crazy. It's crazy cocky and confident. Yeah. And it was like...
The rooms looked like they were going to be fun.
Yeah, so...
And they said, like, we had heard that they were operating illegally, so we booked a room.
Yeah, we booked a room, or we thought we did.
We showed up to this room and...
To the location. Which was a prime spot, so when they do open, they're going to get some walk-ins. Let me just tell you that.
All the time. It looked beautiful from the outside.
Insane. Like, like a future spaceship something. Like the lighting, everything was like so cool.
So then cue me and Jasmine banging on the door and windows for about 15 minutes.
There was like 6 doors though.
It was like 10:45
so I went
p.m.
knocking on literally everyone thinking like this is a test, obviously.
Yeah, this is the first puzzle, as everyone always says. We need to get into the room.
Yeah.
Turns out it wasn't a puzzle. The owner showed up and
randomly they drove by randomly and saw us like trying to get in.
Yeah, and she was not happy that we were supposedly trying to break into her place, and we were like, no, we
booked a room. Hello.
Right. So then we got the lecture about like it's COVID, we can't operate. We thought it was open illegally, and we were trying to get in on that.
Yeah.
So really, it's karma for us trying to participate in illegal activities.
Oh my God, I don't know if we should even tell you this.
We didn't do it, so I don't think we can be prosecuted. But we tried. We would have. We tried.
Guys, seriously though, sorry. Don't judge us.
Yeah, I apologize if you own that room and you're listening.
At the time, yeah.
Sorry, you were really nice once we explained that we were just trying to be bad people.
Yeah. We are bad people, but we're trying to be better.
We are trying to be better. That being said, if anyone is illegally operating any escape rooms,
holla! No,
just
I'm kidding.
let
we're
us
not
know.
doing that. Okay. Was there something else? You said you had an idea for a segment or something.
Yes.
Because we're getting towards the end of the podcast.
So what I think would be a fun idea, what me and Jasmine are going to do with our PhD level expert knowledge of escape rooms is we are going to try to, in the moment, design an escape room right now. Wow. So what that's going to be, of course, we're not going to design any like fantastic puzzles because that takes a lot of time, effort, and drawing and knowledge of engineering. But we're going to come up with themes and maybe rough ideas for puzzles. What we're going to do is we're going to design a COVID-19 themed escape room.
Yes. So basically every time when we try to riff out an escape room, it's going to be based on today's topic. And today's topic, as we said, was being open during quarantine. Right. So the room itself.
Yes. Which I'll start. The first thing about the room is once you get into the room, no one is allowed to be within 6 feet of another player.
That's great, but I want to know the location because I'm all about that.
The location?
Immersive experience.
Okay,
bro.
all right.
What would be like the worst place to be during COVID?
Okay, so the location, the goal of the room. All right, you are at a packed grocery store.
Oh no!
Trying to buy toilet paper. That you had gone into an hour before. You had gone into the grocery store before it opened, and you hid the toilet paper somewhere. But then you forgot where you hid it, and all the other toilet paper is gone, and you really got to wipe. So you've gone into this grocery store with your team to find where the toilet paper is.
I think people are going to be sad that they won't get to actually play this.
You're
making it sound so good.
Well, if we pitch it well enough, maybe
okay,
we can.
So we're in a grocery store.
Right. Players are not allowed with. It's a huge room because budget does not exist today.
Yeah, budget never exists.
So it's an actual. We have rented out an abandoned grocery store.
What kind? Are we talking Trader Joe'sy? Are we talking Bonzi? Are we talking like shady? I think shady is better.
Shady?
Yeah, shady neighborhood grocery store.
Oh, yes.
You know, like literally you have been to Vons, you have been to Trader Joe's, you've been to Costco, and it's all down.
Yeah,
but you know that in this store, the shady neighborhood grocery store, there's some stuff left.
Yes, so you go there where you had previously hidden the toilet paper. You're not allowed within 6 feet of each other. I think throughout the room, an idea for a great puzzle is we give you some sort of menial task. Let's say, for example, I don't know, riffing off the top of my head, you have to wear a mask, all right? And every time you take the mask off, the game gets longer, all right? We add puzzles to the game. If you keep the masks on the whole time, you only have to do the predetermined number of puzzles.
Wait, what? So
yes.
Why?
Because
how much time do you have to start with?
So you start with the game's an hour, but every time that you take the mask off, it gets longer indefinitely.
Okay, but there should be some sort of virus thing Like
Okay.
something, you know, that punishes you. Like, why would you not want to be there longer?
That
Like,
is true.
I know people like to escape. I myself like to, you know, enjoy my time in the room and look around. And it's a grocery store. I would like to check out all the fruit and stuff and see how realistic it looks.
Okay.
So basically, for me, there's got to be some sort of reason why I want to get out there fast with my toilet paper without getting sick.
Got it.
So there's got to be some sort of sickness threat.
Okay. How would we? I think the perfect anyone who's ever done any crafting would know there's glitter.
Oh my god, glitter, that's so good.
Yes, every time you take the mask off, a glitter cannon goes off.
Oh no.
Yes, a glitter cannon just fills the room.
Well, it's got to be like, I don't know, you're done.
Oh, yeah,
you're literally done. Like, you can't, there's got to be like small glitter bombs in specific places.
True. And if you solve a question wrong, the glitter explodes again. There's so there will be a minimum of 120 glitter cannons hidden throughout the room.
And reset reload is not an issue, so don't worry about the cleaning up of the
Yeah,
glitter.
exactly. This is a one-off escape room. We will be charging
experience
outrageous amounts of money for the single group of people who get to play this room.
Yeah, I don't understand how this is going to work.
No, me neither.
But okay, so that's it. Let's think of a puzzle you have to do, like one task. Obviously, when you first come in the store, you are wearing masks. You have to sanitize your hands.
Right.
You pick up a cart or something.
Yeah. You're pushing a buggy around.
Buggy.
So you have a buggy, but
the thing
you have to find. You have to fix the broken wheel.
Oh my god.
The wheel's broken. And so you have to find
like a wrench or something.
Yeah, a wrench, which is obviously probably, spoiler alert, gonna be hidden underneath the bananas.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, but it's at the very bottom of the huge pile of bananas.
So you have to look through all the bananas?
Yeah, and every banana that falls, you lose a minute.
You have to pay for it. Should we have money too? Should they have like money to buy stuff?
Is there a monetary system in this room? I think there is a monetary system.
Oh my god.
Okay,
so everything they mess up, like all the bananas they touch, they have to pay for.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know, like a Harry Potter got like in the vault kind of thing when they're the stuff.
Oh, when the goblets like explode and stuff.
Yeah, so you have to touch as few as possible.
Got it.
You have to touch as few bananas as possible, so you don't have to pay for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. All right, so we've got the bananas. That's how you get the buggy. You're pushing the buggy around. All of the aisles are mislabeled. All right, and we have a live actor who is a disgruntled, employee who doesn't get paid enough to be there. And every 5 minutes, they rearrange the labels.
Worker. They're called frontline workers.
Yes, you have a frontline worker, an essential employee.
Yeah.
And they are rearranging the signs. And when you ask them what aisle certain things are, they will never point you to the right aisle. They will try to guess what aisle it is, and it will be the wrong aisle.
Yeah.
So you can't rely on them, but y'all don't know that. Only we, the operators, and the live actor know that.
So what do you guys think of that
That's
idea?
fantastic.
Yeah.
And then when you find the toilet paper, the final glitter cannon of brown glitter explodes.
Poop glitter.
Yeah, poop glitter.
So all the other glitter is red because of the virus color.
Exactly.
The corona look
yes,
is
exactly.
red. And then the poo is
poop
brown.
glitter.
Poop glitter.
At the end. And the poop glitter is good glitter.
Is it
obviously.
good glitter?
Yeah, because you can wipe. Because you have toilet paper, so you can wipe it off.
That's true. Okay. That sounds like a... Would you like to play that escape room?
This is all copywritten. Please do not steal our idea.
Yeah, don't steal our idea. Cool. What else? We're rounding up today's podcast.
Yeah, so we haven't really discussed what our next...
Yeah, we have the next week's topic, right?
Yeah.
Do you have it there?
I do not think I have it up. We've talked about doing another room, or doing an online room.
Yes, we have some cool ideas. Let me find it.
How about for now, we can say we don't officially have what our next theme is going to be?
Yeah, we don't.
And if you would like to give us suggestions, you can always leave us comments, give us emails, tweet us, Instagram us, and
hit up our server. We have a server.
We do.
Remember
we have
I
a
told
server.
you about that?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, we are going full
server.
on, and we have a Discord server. So we will pop the links and stuff.
I thought you meant like like a waiter. I was waiting to see
We
where
have
we're
a
going with server. I did not
We
know.
have a server.
So she's talking like computer server. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes way more sense.
No, yeah, it's called a Discord server, and like it's kind of like a group chat room kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you guys can come hit us up. There's a section there for questions. There's a section for like feedback and suggestions and ideas, and we love all that stuff. So yeah, we have. I think episode 2 was possibly going to be about angry players.
Ooh.
And our experience with angry players.
It's going to be
but
a
that
long
can change.
one.
It depends. Like we have a lot of things that we want to talk about, and that's one of them.
If we don't do angry players next time, we will get there.
Yeah, because I know that's something you all want to hear about. But if you guys come up with something that's cool that we want to do right away, then we'll do that first.
Yes. Yeah.
We just want to go with the flow and see how it goes.
Yeah. We're figuring it out as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, hopefully, this was our first episode. Hopefully you guys had fun.
I had a fantastic time.
I did too. It was just fun talking about escape rooms again.
Stuff, yeah.
And
so we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I hope we accomplished what you wanted us to accomplish.
I hope it was a little interesting.
I think it was a lot of interesting.
Well, yeah, I think so too, but that's us,
That is true. That is
so
true.
Hopefully...
If you have any suggestions on how to make it more interesting...
yeah, without being mean about it.
But if you're going to be mean about Jasmin, because I can't take it.
No, you know what? That's true. I can take it.
She's a strong person.
Yeah.
I'm
Please
fragile.
Don't be mean to Brady. Like, don't. And who could be? I mean, seriously, no.
So we should just call it before people start being mean.
So thank you so much for listening or for watching. All the support is so appreciated, and we will get better, we swear.
Oh, it only gets better from here.
Yeah.
So this has been Escape, Reset, Reload.
It has.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.